Alright traders, what is going on? It is hump day, as Volatility Trading said. Happy hump day, guys. Hope you guys are doing very well today. A lot to go over today, so I want you guys to stick around throughout the live stream to the very end. I'm going to be going over the giveaway. Going to be going over the giveaway a little bit at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Get short, good morning, and all in here. John, good morning to you. Alright traders, what's going on today? Market is going to open up a little bit lower this morning as investors are weighing ongoing U.S.-China trade deal negotiations. The Dow and S&P have been down for the 5 of the past 6 sessions, while the NASDAQ has been falling in the 3 of the past 4 days, and the Dow transports have been down for 8 sessions straight. We got Panda and Kev in the house. Good morning, guys. Good to see you guys in here today. So let's get straight into it, guys. What's going on? What is moving right now? BPTH is kicking it off on a strong note this morning. Good morning to you, Andrew. What is going on with BPTH? As soon as they threw a toe tag on this guy, it went 6 feet under. It just came right back out of the grave, right back up in here. What's going on with BPTH? Let's take a look at that. They announced a clinical update to interim analysis of phase 2, the trial in acute myeloid leukemia. A few bullet points they noted here that are bringing in quite a bit of hype. Interim data update from phase 2 study demonstrates meaningful clinical improvement with excellent patient safety profile. And the company provides clinical development plan with pathways to registration. So a couple good bullet points there on BPTH, bringing in a lot of hype here. As soon as we all thought this thing was going to be buried into the ground, here it comes out of the grave, BPTH. This thing for 2 days straight. And oftentimes, I'll go ahead and point this out, oftentimes what happens, if a stock is going to get its next leg on up, it'll have its initial spike, it'll have a little bit of a pullback, and then it'll continue its next leg on up. Some say that's a certain type of pattern there going on. Next leg on up. BPTH on the 3rd day usually is when it starts moving again, but this is on 1, 2, 3, 4th day. So it dropped for 2 days straight, then a little support there, and now the catalyst. And this is a reason we got to really be careful holding positions overnight. If you guys are shorting something overnight, news can come out at any time like this and just squeeze this bad boy on up. Jay Towers, Will Edwards, Brad, good to see you all in here today. It's going to be a good day today. So that's BPTH. What are we looking at resistance wise? I mean, if we miss this trade right now, what are we looking at on here? BPTH. It's It's going to have resistance up here around 775. We noticed that over the last week it really has respected 775. All these candles here, as well as all in around here, and then the next day as well, 775. Couldn't break on BPTH. So guys, if you're going to be trading this, that's probably going to be a polarizing area. May gravitate up here, but I will not be a buyer at resistance. I will certainly not be a buyer on BPTH at resistance, but this gets a lot of traders excited. And why is that? Because Friday, look at the volume we had. Friday, this was the number one play, number one stock. Everybody's attention was here. We had all this volume here. Then volume died out. Notice how drastically the volume shifted on Monday. On Monday, volume went elsewhere. I think it was like JMU that the volume went to, but it went elsewhere. So then it died off, and then it died off even more. And then now, the resurrection of BPTH. So we'll see how volume is. We'll see if volume comes back. We can push back on up to 775, break that out, start moving on up towards 850 and beyond. Right there on BPTH. So yeah, we got to keep this one on watch today. This is going to get a lot of traders excited. This is really the start of March. The start of March was BPTH that really got long buys traders excited. Penny stock world very excited today as well. All right, let's continue on down the list, traders. We got several to look at today that I want to go over with you guys. AWSM, we nailed that. We nailed AWSM. I want to briefly go over this one. AWSM, this one, it was similar. We were looking at the market sentiment. What was the market telling us and adapting to that? So this happened on, what was this, Friday? Yeah, this happened on Friday as well. No, that's BPTH. AWSM. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, this happened on Monday. So after Friday, after a stock like BPTH makes a move such as that, we go, okay, let's find the next play. What happened to BPTH? Why did that one get a rip? What was the catalyst? What was the reasoning behind it on BPTH? And there was no reasoning, right? It was just a short squeeze. So the reasoning was it was a lower float. It had a past chart history of spiking and no catalyst. No catalyst is news, right? Because shorts oftentimes they are very eager to go through FOMO and get into a trade early, knowing that it doesn't have a catalyst, that it's probably going to just die on out. The flame is really not going to ignite, cause any sort of fire. That's what happened with BPTH, and then AWSM. We nailed this one as well. Now there's another candidate today I want to go over with you as well. But what is this on AWSM that we're seeing right now? What pattern is this, guys? And it's trying to get a little bit of a break right now. The AWSM is in what? A descending triangle breakout pattern. So we'll pull that up just so you guys know what we're talking about. This is it right here. So we have a flag. We have a nice spike on up. Then we start making lower highs. You notice resistance. We start making lower highs. And we have a baseline of support. As soon as we start cracking that is really when we're going to get a lot of selling pressure moving into it. So we had our spike on Monday, and then yesterday we tried to do a red to green move here, hit resistance there at about 550, pulled on back off of that trend line. It's making lower highs, guys. This one's starting to sell off a little bit, so we're getting a little selling pressure on AWSM in that DT. Thomas Rowe, what's up, man? Good morning to you. That's AWSM. Let's continue down the list, traders. I want to go over DSS. Now, DSS is the #1 stock gapping up on our bear scan watch list. #1 stock on the bear scan watch list. This is probably my favorite watch list, guys, for a reason. Bear scan watch list tells us of stocks that are very overextended. Now, these stocks don't necessarily have to have a lot of volume in on them. The volume is on the intensity scanners. Those are the ones you want to look at each and every morning for instance, this morning, BPTH or AYTU or whatever the case may be, whatever stock is getting volume, getting momentum, whether that's on the bullish side or bear side, those are going to pop up on the intensity scanners. The bear scan watch list are just stocks that are overextended. So they could have got bought up, at the previous close and then no follow through volume. And then there's going to be a lot of fading off on these stocks. DSS is our leading gapper here on the bear scan watch list. Now, why do I like DSS? This one yesterday had a decent amount of volume, guys. We had $2 resistance. It could not break through all these upper shadows here on DSS. But what really gets me excited on this one is looking at the past chart history. On DSS, if we take a look at the history on it, we notice that when this thing goes up, guess where it goes? It goes back down. It has a lot of upper shadows. I want to zoom in on some of these days where it had the most volume relative to yesterday. So let's zoom in on this day here. We had a lot of volume here relative to its average trading day, and then the next day we sold on off. Let's continue throughout this chart. We had good volume coming into it this day, sold on off. So when this thing gets good volume, people just forget about it, and the traders and the bag holders, the baggies that are in it, from yesterday, they're just going to start selling on off. And you'll notice that today, there's not a lot of traders right now who are probably focused on DSS. They're probably more focused on BPTH or some of these other stocks that are getting a lot of volume. And because of that, the traders that are bag holding DSS are probably going to sell this one down. So I'm looking for a short on DSS. CMAG actually does have shorts on it. What I'm looking for is, I would love a pop at the start of the day. I don't know if we'll get it. We're sitting right near support, right around this 150, which it did respect yesterday several times throughout the day, right there, right here, a few times, after hours as well. I would love to see a pop on this one back up. The previous close oftentimes at the start of the day is going to be what most short sellers risk off of. That's kind of what I'm going off of here as well. On DSS, 170 is going to be the previous close. 175 is probably going to be my risk level on this. I would love to see it pop at the start of the day. Not sure if that's going to be happening, so I may take a starter. We'll see on DSS. That's going to be the game plan there. Let's continue on down the list. Traders. Now, did anyone take a short on NCTY yesterday? NCTY, this one, did exactly what it did to me in the summer of '69. Ooh, that's why I didn't trade this one. It popped, got a little chat room pump at the start of the day, then short sellers took this one back on down to the grave. NCTY. So that was a good short if any of you hopped in on that. There was a great opportunity there on NCTY. Wanted to go over this for you traders as well. PET at Z yesterday had a nice morning spike out of the gates. Now, why did it get stopped up at 250? I want to go over this real quick for you guys. 250, notice what it did. Traders always look at the past chart history. Last time it went up to the 200-day moving average. It broke above it just a little bit slightly there, and then it just retraced that entire move. So that's exactly what it did here as well. It broke above it just slightly, and then it retraced the entire move on PETZ. So always look at the past chart history. That's why that did what it did, in case you guys were wondering. All right. Let's continue down the watch list for this morning right now. Alright, CAAS. CAAS. This one's getting a little perky this morning. A little perky. What's going on with CAAS? They're a Chinese company. That sector's been hot over the last few days. On CAAS, that's kind of in the news this morning if you guys pulled up the morning squawk. CAAS, it announced it has won a major exclusive supply contract from China's leading automaker, Great Wall Motor Company Limited. So they came out with a PR this morning. It is in that Chinese sector. The last few days, this one has been rocking and rolling a little bit. It's getting a little bit of a pre-morning gap up as well this morning. If we take a look at its past chart history, past chart history on this one here. We're going to have tough, where are we setting at? 454. Yeah, we're going to have pretty solid 475 resistance on this. It's probably not a trade for me on the long side where it's at, especially the last few days, what it's been doing. I'd be more interested on a short on this if we pop up towards 475. I don't have shorts though, but I want you guys just to be well aware the CASS could get a little bit of hype and attention this morning. Alright, let's continue down the list. There's a few opportunities I think that could be the next BPTH, although BPTH does have quite a bit of attention right now. I want you guys to focus on AYTU. Throw this one on your back burner list just like we did with AWSM. That one popped up after BPTH. AYTU, this one as well. We're getting a little bit of a gap up this morning, which means what? This is get traders eager and excited. They see something pop up, especially when it's a lower float. So AYTU is a lower float stock, is having a little bit of a gap up, just like BPTH and AWSM. It also has absolutely no news on it. So this gets us excited, right? No news, a little bit of a gap up, a lower float. Look at its past chart history. This thing's gone up from $2 to $136. Now that's not accurate. When these things do reverse splits, it screws up their whole past chart history. But this thing has spiked in the past. It is a past chart. Has a history of ripping. The lower float, no catalyst on it at all. It's gapping up a little bit slightly as well. So we'll keep this one on watch, AYTU, see if it's going to, at any point today, just start getting that volume. That's the final variable we look for, guys. We can look at all these different variables and get an idea, understanding, what the market's been doing recently versus what it's going to do today, and we can predict. But we don't want to just hop into a stock off of a prediction. We want to wait for that confirmation of volume. The volume's going to be there, right? Because I can jump into AYTU all day right now, but if it doesn't get any sort of volume in on it, I'm going to be stuck, in a position that's not moving, not liquid. In AWSM, the same thing there. Volume came in towards the end of the day on that one. There's a few more I want to look at right now, traders, and then I'll go over, what's my favorite stock I'm looking at today, and also we'll get into the giveaway. Just want to go over that briefly today as well. All right, so let's continue down the list here. JMU the last few days, this one has been a runner as well. This one went from $1 to $3.73. It had a pullback yesterday. It's sitting at $2.42 right now. I'm not interested in this one right now, but if it gets above its previous close around $2.75, I will be interested in this one. This is similar to what BPTH on Friday had a nice spike, had a pullback, but the next day as well, it sold on off as well. So if this is going to be like BPTH, it's going to have another red day. But oftentimes we do see with these stocks, some traders call it the mid-candle breakout. We'll have a spike and then a pullback, and then its next leg on up. Buyers move back in after short sellers cover their positions there. So JMU, we will keep that one on watch today, seeing if it gets volume to push back over that previous close of 275. If it doesn't, we're going to see that one start fading on back down, kind of like BPTH did on its third red day. But now fourth day for BPTH, we had the catalyst. We had news. News came in. Now where's BPTH sitting at? 721 right now. We're very interested to see how this one's going to open on up, because it's going to open up near resistance. If I had to guess on what BPTH is going to do at the start, I would probably say we're going to get a spike out of the gates to a pull, to a nice pullback. Little spike to resistance to a pullback. I'm not going to be trading that though. I will certainly not be trading BPTH up near resistance. The risk reward is just not there for me right now, traders. Risk reward is not there. All right, let's continue down the list. All right. All right, XXII. What is this one doing? This is one of our stocks that's really having a gap down right now. XXII having a little bit of a gap down. What pattern is this, traders? If you want to be trading this, this is a little bit grindy. If we look at this past chart history on XXII, this one, at most moves what, like 25 cents or so. So it's a little grindy on it, but this pattern is notable. So I certainly want to go over that. It is the bear flag pattern. It's exactly this. So we have a strong move down. We start uptrending, grinding up a little bit. We're in this flag, and then as soon as we crack below that bottom trend line, we start selling on off even further. So that's exactly the pattern that we're in here on XXII. If you guys are interested in that, it's a little grindy. It's going to be a little grindy there if you want to trade it. But definitely be risking off of that upper trend. I have 205 marked off on it as resistance. From its past chart history, 205 is very solid. If we take a look at its yearly chart, 205 here, all throughout, guys, very tough resistance on it. So if that one even pulls up near $2, I think that would be great risk reward there. 205 is essentially what you'd be risking on it. All right, let's continue down the list. JRJC. Yep, JRJC right now. Guys, what pattern is this? JRJC. Let's pull it up. JRJC. What is this pattern, guys? This stock was uptrending. It uptrended on Friday, on Monday. It even had a gap up and then kind of pulled back to the trend line. What pattern is this, traders? Go over it real quick here. This definitely has opportunity on it today as well. Some of these stocks that are just, they're not the BPTHs that have all the volume. a lot more easier. You know, they're not so overcrowded. JRJC, this is the Head and Shoulders pattern. Now, I'm not talking about the shampoo. Not talking about the shampoo here. This is a pattern. Let's pull it up. And you notice the neckline here. The neckline does not have to be exactly straight. I mean, some traders, they think it has to be perfect and precise. The neckline does not have to be like that. Here's an example of the Head and Shoulders. We have the left shoulder, the right shoulder. You know, the neckline here is not exactly straight, guys. And when we crack below that, that's kind of our breakdown where we start selling on off even further. You know, on JRJC, and we're getting below that right now on it. I do not have shorts on JRJC, unfortunately. If you're going to be trading it, just trade it on the short side and risk, you know, the trend line. If it breaks back above the trend line, sell there. I love getting in right near, you know, my risk level, because that could be like a 3 or 4 to 1 risk, you know, risk versus reward. So I love that. There's several options today, traders. My favorite, the one I'm going to be looking at probably to trade, because I don't have shorts on JRJC, is probably going to be DSS. I think this one could fade on off a little bit. You know, just looking at its past chart history, you know, that's not an exact science. It's not every single time going to do what it's done in the past. But looking at its past chart history, at what it's been doing before, knowing that volume is not currently really here at all volume is on BPTH, I do think some of the baggies are going to be selling this today. I would love to see a pop on it out of the gates. 175 is essentially going to be my risk level on it. On this one, Garage Day Trader still got nothing. You don't have any shorts. But traders, you know, that's it. You know, a lot of trader focus has, you know, moved on to other stocks right now. But if we look at the past chart history on DSS, every time it pops up the next day, it comes on down. Dang it. What do you have shorts for today, GDT? Yeah, it's painful when you see a good setup and you don't have shorts for it. It's really, really painful. Very painful. So, guys, that's probably going to be, you know, like JRJC this morning on the Head and Shoulders. You know, I have no shorts there. So, yeah, that one is certainly kind of irritating. You know, risking above that neckline on the Head and Shoulders. If it gets back above that. Yeah, CAAS. Yeah, very low volume there. AYTU spiking with news now. Oh my gosh, guys, did we call that or what? Oh baby, all recorded. All recorded. Let's get it. 821 though. 821, it came out with the news. I didn't even see the news at 821. I thought it had no cows. Shoot. I thought it had no cows. It did have no cows. That's really interesting. I'm almost certain I looked over there too. So let's see what it says. AYTU announces global licensing agreement with... There's no way this news just came out, dude. If this news would have come out at 821, this thing would be... I don't know. That's really interesting. I certainly looked over there and didn't see any news. So it's weird that it came out at 821. Thanks, Andrew, for bringing this one up, though. Yeah, this one's getting some volume on it. Global licensing agreement with SUDA Pharmaceuticals to distribute their drug outside of the U.S. and Canada. Yeah, that's a really nice PR. All these companies are coming out with PRs in March after BPTH. J Towers, global licensing agreement. This is just weird that it, I wish I could go back and see if, you know, I'm going to take a look at the live stream and go back and see if, you know, that when I pulled up AYTU, if there was news over there. Very interesting. So, yeah, AYTU, guys, here it is, baby. We got the low float. We got a nice catalyst on this one, and we have a past chart history of ripping. So, there it is, AYTU. Traders, we got about 6 minutes until the market opens on up. Let me briefly kind of go over the giveaway real quick. So, giveaway I'm probably going to announce on Friday. Want to announce on Friday and get the person all set up for Monday. You know, person who wins it, want to get them all set up for Monday to go for their month of trading. The 7 days, guys, every single one of you gets a free week of trading. You know, with ISW, which is huge. I mean, absolutely huge. So I want you guys to really take advantage of that. That's probably going to end Monday afternoon. So if you guys want to get it started, on Friday, you'll be able to go from Friday to Friday. If you get started on Monday, you'll go from Monday to Sunday. So 7 days there. So guys, take advantage of that. It'll probably be ending on Monday afternoon, the 7 days there. Take advantage of that, and you will all be set to go. Alright, traders, we have 5 minutes till the market opens on up. That's the game plan. Let me know in the comment section how you guys did today. And traders, if you haven't yet, go ahead and let me know how the live stream went this morning. Hit that like button, and we will see you all first thing tomorrow morning.